My name is Dennis Parrott, and I will be taking you through an introduction to IBM Robotic Process Automation. The content in this presentation is part 1 of the IBM RPA Sales Enablement and can also be used to present to clients. The following topics will be covered in this presentation: business benefits, how RPA works, product capabilities, deployment and buying options, the RPA ecosystem, summary and next steps. Why does automation matter? Let's look at two insurance companies that both face the same challenges with manual claims processes and poor customer experience. Insurance company A chose to automate their claims estimation system, which allowed customers to submit details about their claims on their mobile app. This improved the security of mobile access for claims and improved the customer user experience and ease of claims submission and processing. Insurance company B did not automate their claims process, leaving them behind the competition in ease of claims processing and customer experience. They still relied on face-to-face claims adjusters, slowing down claims processing and prolonging the claims experience for their customers. Today, Company A is realizing all the benefits of the automation that they had implemented, while Company B is struggling to compete. Automation gives organizations a competitive advantage. Don't get left behind. Automation frees up employees to work on more value-added tasks. It also simplifies how businesses operate and increases performance. Artificial intelligence accelerates innovation by making every process more intelligent. Going forward, combining automation with AI will make all information-centric jobs more productive. The IBM Institute for Business Value estimates that automation supported by AI will generate billions of dollars in labor value in 2022. And 80% of AI automation early adopters expect to significantly outperform their competitors. Because the ultimate benefit automation brings, supported by AI, is a smarter way to work, which results in a scalable revenue growth. Today, clients may be using robotic process automation to automate repetitive aspects of their work, where processes performed by humans are supported by software robots, called bots, to automate tasks. As clients move along their journey to AI-powered automation, RPA is infused with native AI and analytics. Here the processes executed by bots are supported by humans. In the ideal state, clients would use bots to execute and optimize processes that are supervised by humans. Not only is this freeing up workers' time that was previously spent on completing mundane repetitive tasks, but human workers are being elevated to more important roles, including setting goals and governance. IBM leads in AI-powered automation with native artificial intelligence, intelligent chatbot capabilities, and natural language understanding and processing. Opportunities for automation are everywhere in the value chain, especially in primary activities such as inbound supply operations, outbound supply, marketing and sales, and service. There are also opportunities in supporting activities such as finance, human resources, technology, and procurement. To facilitate identification, we can separate use cases into industry and IT. Industry examples include onboarding, procure-to-pay, order-to-cash, and customer service. Other use cases may be industry-specific, like fraud detection in the banking industry. IT examples include software lifecycle management, build process, defect resolution, and status reports. Let's take a look at 4 customer stories where IBM RPA helps organizations improve customer satisfaction and reduce manual work. Let's start with Deloitte. To oversee operations, Deloitte's 190 partners in Brazil rely on comprehensive management reports prepared for top-level review on a monthly basis. These reports provide partners with the financial and operational information they need to make business decisions and develop growth strategies. For years, employees manually entered information from multiple systems into over 200 Microsoft Excel spreadsheets and produced each report under rigorous deadlines. To make sure manual input errors were caught and corrected, the CFO's office spent additional time reviewing reports before delivering them to partners. 5 professional analysts were assigned to preparing monthly management reports. It took them 5 to 8 days of steady work to gather operational information, confirm budget figures, and complete updates. Producing the report month after month took them away from higher value assignments. Deloitte used IBM RPA to reduce management report preparation time from 5 to 8 days to just 1 hour, freeing up 5 analysts for more high-value work, and reducing travel expense report preparation time from 3 hours a day to just 10 minutes, while eliminating errors related to manual entry. Now let's move on to Credity. For 20 years, Credity Solutions has proven to be a stable and creative financial services partner for many businesses. Credity specializes in understanding new and often complex markets with the broader universe of consumer finance. Credity helps their partners navigate those complex markets and help accelerate growth, offering comprehensive and creative solutions that are unique to Credity. Key to Credity's growth and continued success is the culture of creativity analysts, statisticians, and other financial professionals are encouraged to explore opportunities and develop innovative solutions. To accelerate information gathering and making related decisions, RPA robots enabled timely review of 100% of loan-related financial documents for various portfolio purchases. Automating repetitive tasks contributed to Credity's ability to continue growing its business at 15% compounded annual growth rate. In the first year, Credity deployed approximately 25 RPA robots to automate repetitive tasks. Next, Codmax. Founded in 2008, Codmax, a telemarketing, sales, and customer services provider, had expanded rapidly. By 2016, it had approximately 200 salespeople working in its call center. With a new contract, the number of sales calls quickly increased. For each call, sales staff had to enter customer information into Codmax's customer relationship management system. The company then had to transfer that information into each of its clients' CRM systems. Nearly 50 employees worked full-time in the back office, cutting and pasting information from one CRM system to another. However, with the increased number of calls, they could not keep up. The employees worked long hours, which required overtime pay. Even so, reports to Codmax clients were often delayed because of mistakes resulting from manual entry. At times, clients received invoices with varying amounts, which led to confusion and long phone calls with Codmax service staff. Codmax knew that something had to be done, and quickly. They wanted to keep growing and needed to streamline their back-office systems. IBM RPA provided the solution. Client reports that required 2 to 3 days to complete now just take 1 day, while eliminating overtime costs and errors related to manual processing. With time saved to focus on increasing sales, consultants now sell more than 20,000 products every month. Our final story is for Rede Logicor. Logicor distributes insurance through a qualified network of brokers and partners with large insurance companies. Their goal is to add value from end to end in order to generate profit for the insurance companies working with them and for the brokers who are their main clients. Logicor CIO started looking at new ways to generate value and remove friction. Automation seemed like it would do both, and Logicor used IBM RPA to increase efficiency by 80% for process execution, and enabling new hires to achieve volume processing of 700 payments per day. Here's a summary of the benefits of robotic process automation. Accelerating times to value. With RPA, the time to create, test, and deliver new automations is measured in hours or days opposed to months and years. Reduce human error. RPA bots are programmed to follow rules and ensure they perform the task the same way every time. This dramatically eliminates the human errors that are associated with copy and paste or manually entering data. Increase throughput. RPA bots operate faster than humans, can run 24/7 and 365 days a year. They can perform tasks in seconds or minutes to deliver higher value for clients. Boost productivity. RPA bots improve the productivity of employees by freeing them from mundane repetitive tasks and allowing them to focus on higher value work. This allows companies to scale and do more with the same number of people. lower operational costs. With RPA, clients experience cost efficiencies that occur when they automate routine and manual tasks and shift employees towards higher revenue efforts. Scale on demand. With RPA, clients can quickly reduce or add bots as their needs fluctuate and give their businesses an advantage by creating customer experiences that can scale. Bots can be triggered and interact with people in different ways. Attended bots can be started by business users to perform tasks on their behalf. Attended bots run on the user's desktop computer and interact with applications using the user's credentials. When performing a task, the attended bot can interact with the user to obtain additional information that is required to complete the task. Attended bots may also be referred to as remote desktop automation. Unattended bots can be scheduled to start at specific times and do not require any human interaction to complete a task. Unattended bots run on a computer server without a physical screen, but they can still interact with the systems using the UI and system APIs just like an attended bot can. Unlike attended bots, unattended bots use system credentials to access different applications, and unattended bots may also be referred to as classic robotic process automation. Chatbots are often used by customers to handle help desk queries or employees as digital assistants, just as if they were talking with another person. A chatbot session is initiated by a user either using a text or voice-based interface. Chatbots use artificial intelligence to conduct a conversation with the user to understand what needs to be done and provide appropriate responses, and often needs to retrieve and update information in other systems to perform specific actions. Chatbots may also be referred to as intelligent virtual agents. IBM RPA can be used to implement attended bot, unattended bot, and chatbot solutions. So what can bots do? Robotic process automation is used to automate tasks that are traditionally performed by people by mimicking the steps that a person would take when performing activities on a desktop computer. For example, a bot can be created to gather data from multiple systems, collate the data within a spreadsheet, perform some calculations, and enter the data into another system by using the application user interfaces in exactly the same way that a person would do it. Bots can also use traditional techniques to integrate with systems, like SQL to query a database, or JSON over HTTP to call a REST service. Bots can even use things like the operating system to open the file system and create files and move them around. It could use the desktop applications like browsers to open web applications, or Microsoft Office, Excel, and Outlook, for example. Interact with other systems like mainframes, or call system APIs, or even update database queries. And it can communicate. It can send and read emails or SMS messages, or chat using text and voice. It can read documents by extracting structured information from unstructured documents. And apply intelligence. It can understand information that it reads, make decisions, and apply knowledge, and even learn. It can create documents, PDF reports, Microsoft Excel, and Word documents. Process data. It can encrypt data, analyze, and perform calculations. And it can process files. It can upload and download files from file transfer systems. The IBM RPA Studio is a low-code authoring environment that enables users to easily build and test bots using a rich collection of business-friendly commands and screen recording capabilities to generate scripts. Commands can be used for systems integration, artificial intelligence, processing structured and unstructured data, working with files, communication, business logic, creating reports, working with Microsoft Windows operating system, and application integration. Screen recorders can be used for web apps, Windows apps, Java apps, SAP, mainframe terminals, and remote desktop. IBM RPA can extract text from images, PDF documents, and text documents. OCR is used to extract the text content from an image. Regular expressions and natural language processing commands can then be used to extract specific content and structured data elements like addresses, emails, currency, etc., and classify text into different categories such as new policies, claims, and complaints. PDF commands can be used to compare, merge, and extract content, and set field values for PDF documents. The RPA Studio can be used to view a PDF document to enable the user to easily locate content that is referenced by the PDF commands. Different OCR engines, including ABI, Google Tesseract, and Google Cloud Vision, can be chosen when extracting text. Unlimited OCR using ABI and Google Tesseract is included within Ibm RPA. Google Cloud Vision requires customers to license separately. Unlike other vendors, IBM RPA chatbots can be created using the same RPA scripting language that is used to create attended and unattended bots, so no additional integration is required to leverage RPA capabilities within the chatbot solution. A simple chatbot can be built within minutes by using the RPA commands available within the IBM RPA Studio. RPA commands are used to orchestrate a conversation with a person and understand what the person is saying, and provide an appropriate response. Chatbot commands can be used to ask the user a question and process the response, or simply say something. A chatbot session is initiated by a person who wants help with something. The chatbot can start the conversation with a simple greeting. Hello, how can I be of assistance? Or inform the user about a specific service that it can provide. Hello, I'm Harry, your HR advisor. I can help you with your leave, your pension, and tax. What would you like help with today? The chatbot can be trained using a knowledge base, so it can determine how to answer specific questions. The knowledge base contains a list of questions and answers. The chatbot will select an answer by locating the user's question in the knowledge base with the closest match, but it doesn't need to be an exact match. If a match cannot be found, then the chatbot can ask the user to be more specific. The chatbot can even update the knowledge base so it can learn from the user's responses and provide more accurate answers in future. Once the chatbot understands what the user has requested, then the chatbot can use other RPA commands to perform actions. For example, Harry, the HR chatbot, can use the UI surface automation commands to retrieve the user's vacation record from the HR system to let the user know how much vacation they have remaining that year and submit a new vacation request as instructed by the user. The same chatbot can be accessed through a variety of different channels. IBM RPA currently supports Web, Kik, Telegram, Microsoft Teams, Facebook Messenger, Slack, and IVR, Intelligent Voice Response. Separate licenses are required for these third-party services. An IVR chatbot uses voice to hold the conversation and requires a cognitive speech recognition and synthesis service to convert speech to text and text to speech. Supported cloud-based speech cognitive services include Watson, Google, Amazon, and Azure. Separate licenses are required for these third-party services. IBM RPA includes a range of native AI capabilities. We have already seen some of these AI capabilities in action, including OCR, optical character recognition, NLP, natural language processing, and classification being applied to document processing, and knowledge base being used for chatbots. These AI capabilities are not restricted to these specific use cases. For example, OCR can be used for computer vision to interact with applications through a remote desktop session. When processing customer emails, classification can be used to categorize emails by interpreting the subject and the content of each email as it arrives. A classifier can be trained during development with different sets of email examples, where each set corresponds to a specific category, such as a new policy, claim, or complaint. Once categorized, the emails can be processed by a specific bot that knows how to handle that type of communication. Natural language processing commands can be used to extract structured data from any kind of human communication that can be expressed as text, such as emails, documents, and instant message. IBM RPA includes a range of natural language processing commands to recognize and extract specific data elements like addresses, emails, and currency. A knowledge base can be used in an interactive web chat session, but could also be used to determine appropriate response to an SMS query. To optimize business operations, software robots need to be able to make decisions by applying logic in the same way that people do. When there's a predictable outcome, it's possible to express simple decisions in a bot using traditional if-then-else style programming. More complex but predictable decisions with multiple conditions that need to be combined to determine the result can also be expressed within a bot script using business rules. For example, Rule A: if customer is over 50, then apply 10% discount. Rule B: if a customer has had an account for over 10 years, then reduce the cost by $20. Rule C: charge a minimum price of $50. But making decisions based on rules only works when the outcomes are predictable. What happens when the outcomes are less certain and conditions are more varied? Conditions under which people have to make decisions all the time. For instance, how would a bot respond to a query like, is the supplier reliable? Choosing an answer like extremely reliable, very reliable, or sometimes reliable, or not reliable requires an element of human reasoning. Bots can achieve this by applying an AI technique called fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic uses mathematical models defined by the RPA developer to represent variations and uncertainty. For example, on a scale of 1 to 10, an extremely reliable supplier may be rated between 7 and 10, whereas a very reliable supplier may only be rated between 6 and 8. The bot uses these mathematical models to convert precise input data into fuzzy input values. The bot then applies the business rules defined by the RPA developer to the fuzzy input variables, and the mathematical model is then applied to the fuzzy output variables to generate the result. IBM RPA can execute R scripts to enable bots to perform statistical analysis. For example, an R script could be used to calculate a salesperson's commission per product, the store's earnings per sale, and create a graph that compares the best-selling products of the day, based on the number of products sold, their prices, the percentage of the salesperson's commission on these products. Dashboards can be used to present either RPA operational data or business operational data to employees with access to the RPA Control Center. Reports can be used to present business information within a PDF document that can be distributed to people either inside or outside of the organization. The RPA Studio is used to develop reports using a report designer. The report designer enables users to define the layout of the report and add elements such as text, images, tables, charts, etc. A report can be generated by the bot. Information used to populate the report can either originate from a database, a spreadsheet, or directly from the bot. Dashboards are far more interactive than reports. When viewing dashboards, users can apply filters, drill down into specific details, and export data to share or use for further analysis. The dashboard designer is used to create the dashboard by assembling visual controls including text, images, charts, tables, filters, etc. The layout of the dashboard can be defined by combining visual controls into groups or separating controls using different tabs. Data models are defined and linked to the visual controls on the dashboard. Interactions with one control, such as applying a filter or clicking on a pie chart segment, can influence the data that is displayed on another control. Aspects of the data model can be hidden to enable analytical calculations to be performed, so that only the meaningful information is displayed to the user. Data models can be populated from multiple data sources, including system data from RPA jobs and business data collected from RPA workflows, processes, and counters. Bot scripts are executed by bot agents that reside on computers that have access to all of the resources needed by the bot to complete the task. For example, the computer might need a browser and any required software installed for the bot to access specific applications. As the amount of digital work increases, Robotic process automation needs scalability to provide greater performance capacity. Most RPA vendors solve this problem by enabling clients to add more bot agents to scale capacity horizontally. However, depending on how work is allocated, some RPA bot agents can remain idle while others block specific jobs during peaks in demand. This is where IBM RPA Intelligent Workload Management comes in. It can help distribute work more effectively, minimizing idle time by enabling bots to perform work as soon as they are available to. We call this feature orchestration. Orchestration is the software capacity to distribute workload of distinct tasks to different computers' resource pools, maximizing their usage. The IBM RPA Orchestrator feature is fundamentally different from that of our competitors. IBM RPA employs the usage of message queue servers, which are scalable and distributed by nature, whereas competitors use databases which are known to be hard to scale horizontally and to deploy in a distributed environment. IBM RPA supports the multiple message queue vendors, including one free of charge, built in without any additional configuration required. IBM RPA Orchestrator is distributed, that is, there's no central component managing the workload, so no single point of failure. Each bot agent contains the capability to line up and consume jobs separately. This is how a distributed system works, and this is what IBM RPA provides, enabling customers to scale up and down their automation easily and reliably in a distributed environment. Horizontally scaling works well, but can get expensive as infrastructure costs rise when adding additional computers and software licenses to support additional agents. Software robots from most RPA vendors typically require a dedicated computer for each bot agent, and each bot agent is only able to execute one bot script at a time, which isn't very cost effective. Significant cost savings are possible with IBM RPA as it provides the ability to vertically scale, enabling multiple bot scripts to execute concurrently on the same computer. In summary, horizontal scaling is achieved by adding additional bot agents, where only one bot agent is installed on each computer. Vertical scaling is achieved by adding additional runtimes to each bot agent. Bots represent scripts that are either being executed in the bot runners or pending execution in the queue. One concurrent connection license is required for each runtime. In the example shown on the slide, 6 bots can run concurrently, so 6 concurrent connection licenses would be required. We aim to extend globalization and language support with every release. Globalization feature sets include Admin UI Studio messages, base commands, browser commands, Windows OCR commands, database commands, and documentation. Current supported languages include English, Portuguese, Spanish, German, Korean, Chinese, French, Japanese, Russian, and Italian. The IBM Rpa Control Center is a multi-tenant server environment. It is used by administrators to configure the tenant, developers to store bot solutions in the repository, operations to configure and schedule bots, and business users to view dashboards, and bots to access common services such as optical character recognition. The IBM RPA client software is used by developers to author bots using the Studio and business users to configure their credentials using the Vault, as well as launch attended bots. A web console is used to access the control center. The RPA Control Center can either be deployed on the client's own infrastructure or be hosted by IBM, whereas IBM RPA client software always runs on the client's own infrastructure. This enables the bots to access the same applications that are available to their employees. There are 3 ways to deploy IBM Robotic Process Automation Control Center: SaaS, traditional on-premise, and Red Hat OpenShift. For SaaS, IBM provides a hosted cloud service which enables clients to get started quickly and reduces total cost of ownership by reducing infrastructure and maintenance costs. For traditional on-premise, the RPA Control Center is installed on the client's own infrastructure using a traditional installer. the client can choose to deploy RPA either on premises or on a public or private cloud of their choice. An on-premise deployment enables clients to install RPA in an air-gap environment that prevents any access to and from outside their organization to comply with internal security policies. Installing RPA on the client's own infrastructure enables them to implement any industry and regulatory standards that are applicable to their organization. Red Hat OpenShift. RPA Control Center can be installed on Red Hat OpenShift, the leading enterprise Kubernetes platform. Red Hat OpenShift provides the same benefits for IBM RPA as traditional on-premise and adds container management capabilities, providing a consistent cloud-like experience wherever it's deployed. Clients can leverage Red Hat OpenShift to build, deploy, run, manage, and secure applications where multiple layers of security, management, and automation work across infrastructures to provide consistency for continuous innovation at scale. Clients can choose to deploy RPA on a self-managed Red Hat OpenShift container platform for private cloud or on a managed Red Hat OpenShift service provided by a public cloud provider of their choice. IBM delivers the IBM RPA Control Center hosted as a cloud service for those that do not want or need to host their own control center. This also allows business teams to start immediately and reduce total cost of ownership for their RPA platform. IBM is responsible for delivering all control center capabilities from infrastructure through software and will maintain and operate the control center with the agreed to support and service level agreements. IBM Robotic Process Automation as a Service is available worldwide with data centers located in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia Pacific to support data residency and reduce latency. The Red Hat OpenShift container platform simplifies and accelerates the development, delivery, and lifecycle management of hybrid applications. IBM Robotic Process Automation can be installed on Red Hat OpenShift, providing a consistent cloud-like experience wherever it's deployed. The IBM Robotic Process Automation capability can either be purchased as a standalone offering or be allocated using IBM Cloud Pak entitlements. IBM RPA standalone offerings are available for both on-premise deployments or software as a service. IBM RPA on-premise is also available within IBM Cloud Pak for business automation, integration, network automation, and Watson AI Ops. IBM RPA SaaS is also available with Cloud Pak for business automation. The Red Hat OpenShift deployment option is available to clients that have purchased IBM RPA on-premises either standalone or through one of the Cloud Paks. Note, there are some variations in RPA capabilities depending on the chosen buying option. This is covered in more detail in Part 2 of the Sales Enablement training. IBM Robotic Process Automation provides a low-cost entry point for clients getting started on their automation journey. The IBM RPA Platform is a starter pack that gives clients everything needed to build and execute RPA solutions. Clients can start with a single environment, but as they mature, they can add additional environments to separate development, test, and production. As demand for automation grows within their organization, clients can expand their capacity by adding additional bot agents. For sophisticated use cases, clients may need to expand their automation capabilities beyond core RPA by adding other intelligent automation capabilities, such as intelligent document processing, workflow, decision management, and content management. This chart provides a quick snapshot of IBM Robotic Process Automation specific services offerings from expert labs. Currently, the Discovery Workshop and Botathon are available at no charge, with the expectation that clients will use IBM Expert Labs for the follow-on paid engagements. Discovery Workshop. This is a 2-day workshop which digs deeper into the requirements for a client's identified RPA use cases. Use cases are not identified in this workshop. That is expected to happen prior to this workshop. The goal here is to arrive at the development plan for the bots needed to satisfy the use cases and a budgetary estimate for the implementation. We delve into specifics of the use case to accurately estimate the effort to realize it. If the client has identified a use case for RPA but does not know how to get started, then this is a good workshop for them. It will help them arrive at a budgetary estimate for the implementation and provide a well thought out high-level plan to execute. Botathon. The Botathon is basically an RPA-themed hackathon and collaborative workshop for business and IT participants, which begins with 1 day of hands-on RPA enablement, followed by a fast-paced and exciting 2-day hackathon. Participants build bots in teams of 3 or 4 for use cases that they have identified for their business. We do some cursory validation of the use cases just to ensure the RPA is fit for purpose. The expectation is that the client comes prepared with a list of use cases, at least one for each team of 3 or 4 that would participate. The Botathon can be a great way to jumpstart a client's RPA journey. If they have already begun their journey with RPA, the Botathon can also help them scale rapidly. It forces them to identify business use cases that are ideal for RPA implementation. For those who are just getting started, there's even more value. It gets the client's core team enabled in the quickest learning format possible and will get some of their real bots partially built out in just 3 days. Bot Build-Up. This is a paid engagement to build the bot or bots that are detailed out during the Discovery Workshop. It typically takes between 4 to 6 weeks of 1 to 3 resources, depending on complexity, to build, test, and deploy the bots. Mentor Days. This is a flexible offering where, depending on the client's level of comfort with IBM RPA, we provide a few days of remote training and mentoring to kickstart their RPA journey. If they are a fairly mature RPA shop, then they can use this engagement to get some expert advice or an assessment of their implementations to validate that they have adhered to the development and architectural best practices. These are paid engagements. At IBM, we know that when our partners succeed, our clients do too, and so do we. In fact, IBM CEO Arvind Krishna has shown his dedication and confidence in the IBM partner ecosystem through various initiatives, including an investment of $1 billion to help partners and clients succeed with hybrid cloud and AI. This ongoing and continuously strengthening relationship between IBM and its business partners offers numerous benefits to our clients. For example, IBM partners offer skills in dedicated focus areas, which allows clients to work with experts who have the background and expertise to deliver more efficiently and more effectively than almost anyone else. Partners are certified experts in their fields, but they can also use the support of IBM when needed, leveraging the powerhouse services team to support clients. Partners also bring unique and tailored solutions that are simply unmatched. IBM encourages its partners to innovate with IBM technologies to bring clients the best experiences. For instance, IBM is committed to the extensibility of its products, where partners can create extensions on top of what IBM offers. One example is the Spark Toolkit developed by Salient Process, which was later purchased by IBM and integrated as a default user interface toolkit for their workflow product. At the end of the day, the expectation is that clients are delighted with their end-to-end experience. IBM holds itself and its partners accountable through transparency, customer satisfaction surveys, and ongoing communications. Longtime business partner Larsen & Toubro Infotech Limited is a global technology and digital solutions company headquartered in Mumbai, India. They help more than 400 clients succeed in a converging world. To help their clients automate workflows and digitize enterprise-wide business processes, LTI launched iDigitization to create an intelligent and connected enterprise. LTI subscribes to the Enterprise Partner Package and the Enterprise Booster Package and uses IBM Cloud Pak for automation as their platform. They achieved the build and service competencies providing their specialization in IBM Cloud Pak for automation. By using the benefits included in the Enterprise Package and Cloud Pak to build the components of IDZ, LTI was able to develop, test, and create a proof of concept. Salient has a long history partnering with IBM, especially in the business automation space. They were one of the first business partners who created extensions and toolkits in the business automation space, and today they have a set of accelerators such as the Quick Process Builder, BotVerter, BlueWorks, Insights, Automation Compass, Salesforce for IBM BAW, and so on. The training education linked to from this slide provides both presentations and deep dive hands-on lab courses for clients to learn the features and functions of robotic process automation. There are badges that can be earned on their learning journey and a certification test that will demonstrate to the world their competence in this product. Access online documentation for details on installation, development, and administration of IBM RPA. Join the IBM Robotic Process Automation community to meet and interact with peers, stay informed on new developments in RPA, get advice and guidance on projects, recommend product enhancements, learn about upcoming events, and much, much more. The quickest way for customers to get help with product-related issues is to raise a support case on the IBM support portal. Customer satisfaction of IBM RPA support is extremely high, with a Net Promoter Score of 89 in 2021. Many cases are resolved quickly by Level 2 support team, providing expert advice on product-related issues. Level 3 support engineers can help resolve more challenging issues. Customers can raise suggestions for future product enhancements on the IBM Ideas portal. Ideas are taken into consideration by the IBM design team when designing new product capabilities. Some customers participate as sponsor users to help the IBM design team validate our future capabilities. Why robotic process automation? It provides a full-featured RPA with over 600 commands and broad integration capabilities for building attended, unattended, and chatbot solutions. Low-code authoring with recording capabilities for both end users and advanced developers. Native document processing using optical character recognition and AI features to extract structured data from unstructured content. Native AI capabilities with natural language processing, knowledge base, classification, business rules, fuzzy logic, and R language support. Dashboards and reports to gain operational insights and sharing information inside and outside of a client's organization. Massively scale using intelligent workload management. So why IBM? Improve the total cost of ownership with hosted control center, unlimited OCR and studio, and concurrent bot execution. Flexible deployment options to satisfy the needs of every client, SaaS, on-premises, and Red Hat OpenShift. Flexible buying options, start small with an entry point pricing and expand as the business demands. Everything needed to succeed. Global presence with expert lab services, business partners, learning resources, community, and product support to help clients get started, guide them through their RPA journey, and become self-sufficient. And intelligent automation enables clients to adopt a wide range of automation capabilities as they grow beyond core RPA. Many organizations often ask how they should start their automation journey. Download the Buyer's Guide to explore where RPA fits into the automation landscape and how to get started. Get hands on the free RPA trial, learn about specific capabilities by taking our free online self-paced training, and take part in a botathon. Schedule a free one-day workshop that helps clients identify and prioritize a list of projects or use cases that will have the biggest impact on their organization. There's also an active community of users who are willing to share their expertise, and we encourage clients to sign up for IBM's Automation Insider newsletter to stay on top of the latest thought leadership and developments in business automation. This concludes today's presentation. Go automate something today with IBM RPA.